The kettlebell clean is a fancy way of saying picking the bell up and getting it into a rack position comfortably. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do it, why it's a lot simpler than you think, and how we use our legs to drive that kettlebell up and not our arms. So first, I'm just going to demonstrate so you can see what it looks like. So from that, you'll notice that the kettlebell goes from sitting on the floor with the heavy part down and the handle up into a rack position where it is basically the same way. And we are just taking it up with the path of least resistance by getting our hips and our elbow out of the way as it travels up. So the way you're going to start to learn to do that is with what I'm going to call Kettlebell Clean Drill 1. So with this first drill, we're going to practice just getting the hips and the elbows out of the way and stopping here using our non-working hand to assist. So what you're going to do is start with the kettlebell in line with your feet, hinge down, and load the back side of the body. Start by building tension. Just slightly lift up on that bell, square your shoulders off, load the glutes, and then using your legs, stand up and bring the kettlebell to hip height. Here I'm going to catch it with my other hand, and notice that the hand is below the elbow, elbow is below the shoulder, and I'm standing up tall. So we're going to practice this again. Hinge, build tension on that bell, grab onto it, stand up and catch it here. What I don't want to have happen is I don't want to catch it up here because that's too high. Then the kettlebell is ultimately going to flop on my hand and that's no good. We're catching it down here below the elbow with the elbow pulled really far back. Like if you're going to pull a bow or something, if you've ever done that. So after you do that a few times where we catch it here, now you're going to take it a step farther, catch it, and then punch the hand through to bring it up into that nice rack position. So here we'll do it again. Hinge, build tension on the bell, build tension in the glutes, and then using your legs, pull the hips through, catch it, and bring it around. It's a lot simpler than people think. Once it's in this rack position, you want to make sure your wrist is nice and straight. It can have slight flexion, meaning it can kind of point in towards the midline of the body, but you don't want it to be an extension. You don't want to have the wrist really bent. You also want that elbow down and tight to your body. Try not to have the arm out here. Unnecessary shoulder work's happening, and you certainly don't want it out here. That is really hard on the shoulder. So after you've practiced in that other drill where we catch it in the hand and bring it all the way up, kettlebell drill 2. Once we do the first 2 drills, then we can actually do our dead clean. So we're going to hinge and then turn the hand away from the midline of the body. So my palm's facing the camera here. This is going to help use some torque to build the force we're going to use to get that kettlebell up. I hinge, I load my glutes. I really feel it in my legs. And then I stand up and pull my elbow back and bring it around. The more you use your legs, the tighter the elbow stays to the body, the less it's going to slap you. Because what happens if we don't use our legs and we don't let the elbow get far enough back is this, and that hurts. We don't like that. Can't do that for reps. So here I'll just show it to you from the front. We hinge, think hips are out of the way. Next, elbow needs to get out of the way. And that kettlebell just floats on up. It's really going from here, traveling around the hand, and then we're pushing the wrist through. Your hand is not manipulating that bell very much. You're just using the momentum of your hips to help guide it up and swivel around the wrist. Now, to get the kettlebell down, I'm going to switch sides. You're going to hinge to get it up as usual, load the back side of the body. Remember that elbow wants to go super far back. And then we're going to just let the arm start to fall, the kettlebell fall, and then hinge as it comes down. So again, stand up. And then what you don't want to have happen is throw it away from the body. That can hurt the shoulder. That's just a lot of unnecessary work. So we hinge, clean it up, it comes up nice and tight, same path down. You start to lower your wrist, elbow starts to go back, and then you let it swivel back down. If you're having a hard time keeping your elbows back through any of this, I like to give the cue of thinking that you have sweaty pits and you want to hide them. You want to keep those arms locked down, elbows, armpits sealed, elbows close to the body, and this is happening the whole time. The elbows are really going back and forth. They're not starting here and traveling up here, right? So one more time, we hinge, load the back side of the body, hold that kettlebell, palms facing away from the midline of your body. I'm looking straight in front of me. This is a standing exercise. I'm not looking down at the bell. Grip the ground with my toes. Inhale, exhale, stand up. Hopefully this helps clean up your clean. Future videos are going to include how to do a swing clean and how we can use the beginning of that kettlebell swing to build strength in our kettlebell clean. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more content. Thanks for joining.